foul creatures, you are doomed!
Tempestra Origins, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Welcome back to our channel. I'm your host Gemma, and here we are back with another riveting video. Today we are going to talk about Tempestra and explore her intriguing origins, which people sometimes tend to miss out on. Tempestra is an immaculate conception as a villain who had massive potential but somehow got snubbed by other impactful characters around her, something that was absolutely not fair. Fans are shocked. They have not done much of anything with Tempestra ever since her conception. Fans eagerly awaited and hoped she would appear in the 2012 series, but to their dismay, it never happened. Let us find out more about this overlooked badass female antagonist of all time in detail. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Green friend, now you are playing for the fate of the world!
The Becoming of Tempestra. IDW Publishing now publishes the continuing comic book series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was the first new comic book adaptation of the Turtles to appear after the media brand was sold to Nickelodeon all the way back in October 2009. It debuted in August 2011. The original Turtles creative team included co-creator of founder Kevin Eastman, who worked with Tom Waltz on the series story and page layouts, illustrator Dan Duncan and Kevin Eastman. The main ongoing series, which the famous Archie comics series had previously claimed, became the Turtles franchise's longest running comic when its 73rd issue was released in August 2017. The comic's 100th issue, which wrapped up the 8th part City at War storyline, was released in December 2019. Series creator and illustrator Sophie Campbell stepped over as the book's only primary writer with issue 101. Tempestra made her debut in the Leonardo vs. Tempestra episode. She was first created by a computer program for the video game Tempestra's Revenge, which Leonardo had gotten fixated on after failing to win. While Leonardo was playing the game, she sprang to life when there was a lightning bolt. He then got in touch with the rest of the Turtles and requested their assistance. When Tempestra heard him pleading for assistance, she flooded the sewers to trap all the Turtles right in their hiding spot. Tempestra is an azure-skinned female with red beehived hair, matching lipstick and eye makeup. She wears a robe that is mostly purple with broader blue accents. In Leonardo's dream, she shows up and says, "You will never defeat me, Leonardo, never," and giggles uncontrollably, prompting Leonardo to claim that she cannot win against him before returning to the kiosk to resume playing the game. Leonardo was playing an arcade game when a lightning bolt struck a nearby pole outside the arcade, striking a wire that ran directly to the game, producing a short circuit and an explosion. To his surprise, Tempestra appeared in front of him once the smoke cleared and asked whether her powers were too much for him. The other Turtles hurried to the arcade after Leonardo warned them of her existence, but Tempestra, with Splinter, sealed them, thereby overflowing the sewers. Leonardo was left behind as she fled the arcade after throwing various arcade game equipment and firing electrical bolts at him. Just as Tempestra unleashes her minions against Leonardo, the rest of the 3 Turtles make their way out of the inundated sewer and reach the power station. The Turtles quickly destroy the creatures after getting everyone back together. In an effort to gain greater power, Tempestra attempts to burn down the nuclear reactor after realizing she has been duped. Leonardo captures her using the circuit board of the computer from the now destroyed video game system, and this allows him to overpower her. Later, when lost in the city, Leonardo runs across Tempestra and confronts her. Tempestra is able to hold a steamroller nearby, but Leonardo can stop it. She then attempts to encase Leonardo in ice, but he is still able to escape from it. She then simulates an earthquake to force Leonardo to dodge falling debris from the earthquake.
Try this on your seismograph for size!
Before Tempestra flees, April O'Neil quickly comes into her news van, saves him just as the Earth gives way, and joins forces with him to fight Tempestra. After O'Neil discovers Leonardo in the midst of an earthquake that Tempestra caused, they both go out to learn about Tempestra after the daring journalist picks up the confused Ninja Turtle. They pursue her lead to the nuclear power facility where she goes to rest. Leonardo believes he has a plan to get rid of Tempestra permanently. By admitting to her that he does not believe Tempestra could be that powerful, he attempts to encourage her. Tempestra falls for the ruse and uses her last remaining energy to summon 3 monsters to battle Leonardo. As soon as Tempestra enters the Channel 6 building, she starts to confuse the people inside by dramatically fluctuating the temperature, forcing Burn Thompson to immerse his feet in hot water and perplexing Vernon Fenwick on his report. Since Tempestra's strength necessitates the absorption of electricity from another source, Leonardo knows that she will be travelling toward the nuclear power plant. She changes the signs for a damaged bridge, as well as the nuclear generator, proving him right, and sends Leonardo and April rushing towards a colossal roller coaster, but they manage to escape unharmed. However, the other turtles were able to escape in the diving bell and return home using the TurtleCom signal of April. When April and Leonardo arrive, Tempestra is still collecting some nuclear energy. April introduces herself to Tempestra and Leonardo teases her in an effort to wear her out. She answers by conjuring 3 monsters: a crimson dragon, an ice monster, and an electrical monster to assault him. The other turtles eventually show up and join the battle as he repels them. While Donatello beats the ice demon with his bow stick and Raphael defeats the lightning monster by tossing a Trascan field with debris on it, Michelangelo easily dispatches the red dragon by dousing it in water from the maintenance hole where the others along with him came. As Tempestra reaches the nuclear generator's operational knobs, she understands that she has been duped. April observes her telling Leonardo to prevent her since she is about to blow up the generator with the intention of destroying the entire city. She screams as Leonardo rapidly takes the electronic circuit board and tosses it at her, instantaneously absorbing her and her energy, to which she responds, "Beaten by a turtle? No!" Later, the triumphant turtles visit the arcade. However, Leonardo rejects to go there, stating that it would be better to order a few pizzas and watch a movie instead. The shattered Tempestra's Revenge arcade game is then shown in the back of a pickup truck, along with a paper that reads "Out of Order" on the broken monitor, and Leonardo quips, "I guess some villains just don't know when to quit."
I guess some villainesses just don't know when to quit.
Later in the series, The Night of the Rogues, she makes a cameo as one of the rogues Shredder had gathered from among the turtles' past foes with the goal of eliminating them. In exchange, Shredder gave them all compensation for their efforts. Tempestra commanded the group. Besides the fact that Shredder was most probably carried her from Dimension X, it is uncertain how she got off the circuit board where she was imprisoned, and even how Shredder found out about her. After the gang escaped post their reward for eliminating the turtles getting destroyed, she is nowhere to be found on Earth. It is incredibly disappointing that no origin or significant role has ever been given to this dynamic character in the 2003 or 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. It is also quite disenchanting that there is no amount of importance given to this role or any of her ancestral origins to be portrayed in the IDW version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What makes her a challenging opponent? Tempestra has the ability to use the energy in her hands. When she and the other rogues take revenge on Shredder and Krang in The Night of the Rogues, she demonstrates her ability to use a laser gun. She appears to possess telekinetic abilities and can manipulate the weather, primarily by attacking with wind and lightning. Other feats performed by Tempestra. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is a relatively short adventure with 16 stages. Given that most brawlers are often small, this should not be surprising. This game is on the lesser side of things despite the abundance of contemporary concepts it incorporates, such as leveling up and side missions. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is a short film, but is jam-packed with exciting material. Despite the game having just 16 levels, there are far too many bosses than that. Near the end, they jam them in. Which of the game's more than 20 bosses is the most enjoyable to battle with? The 6 stages Mall Meltdown boss is named Tempestra. Tempestra seldom engages in direct combat with the player. Instead, she summons virtual replicas of Razor and Toko to do the dirty work. Since there are so many funny gags to watch, it's one of the most delicate stages in Shredder's Revenge. These characters originally appeared in the second live-action film, but they also ultimately appeared in the animated series. In Turtles in Time, they served as the Stage 4 bosses as well. It is like receiving different bosses for the cost of one at this level. Rat King is one of the strangest antagonists in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise. He is the level 5 boss, appropriately dubbed King of the Spill. It is a sewer-based stage that references Turtles in Time's 3rd stage. The boss, Rat King, rode a motorized hovercraft in the game. The hovercraft also makes an appearance in Shredder's Revenge. Rat King will leap onto it as he sends hordes of rats to assault players. Here is a hint. Use Splinter to defeat Rat King to get an accomplishment.
That has to be! Creatures will convince you!
Neglected female antagonist of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is quite peculiar that she has been neglected, given that video games involving her have solely advanced in sales popularity. Everyone loves a strong and impactful villain in great video games or villains inspired by video games. Honestly, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has a lot of baddies from the comic and the 88 toy line that could just be potentially fantastic characters. They are more significant than ever, but unfortunately, Tempestra gets swept beneath the rug. Does that make much sense? She's also one of the few female antagonists in the series, another odd thing to be deleted. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.